Welcome, Royals, to our online yoga class. Today's class is going to be focused on a moving meditation, being able to take some of the techniques that we learn on our mat outside with us. If you have a pillow or a bolster, grab it. We'll use it towards the end of the class. So grab your mat and let's get ready. In today's class, we're going to start standing. So let's allow ourselves to come up, standing with our feet together, if that feels comfortable. If it doesn't feel comfortable, you're welcome to just open your feet about hip distance apart. And just allow yourself to relax your shoulders down your back, ground through your feet, reach through the crown of your head, and close your eyes. Don't focus so much on how you're standing just yet. Just focus on the breath moving in and moving out. Let yourself start to settle the heartbeat. The mind. And start to focus just on the breath moving in and out. Gently starting to flutter your eyes open, finding a focal point in front of you as you focus on just shifting the weight back and forth into your feet. Starting to bend into your knees and straighten, bend and straighten. Rock the hips over to the left and right a couple times, starting to acknowledge what your body needs. Allowing our shoulders to get involved as we bring them up to our ears, shifting forward and back. Good. Gently dropping the arms down by our sides. Take our chin to our chest. Rock our head over to left shoulder, right shoulder, left and right. Letting our head fall behind us, rocking from shoulder to shoulder. Good. And coming back through neutral. Let the head fall behind you. And then let the head come to the chest. Again, behind you. And back to the chest. Coming back through neutral. Allowing yourself now to plant through your feet. Really ground through this and lift the toes up. Extend the crown of your head up towards the sky. Roll the shoulder blades down your back. Bring the pinky fingers forward and slowly lower the toes back down to the ground. Allow the weight to roll into the pinky sides of your feet, lifting up through the arches. Engage through your core and slightly tuck your hips underneath you, reaching the shoulder blades towards one another, but keeping the shoulders relaxed. And then allowing yourself to find this strong Tadasana, mountain pose. Letting this mountain pose start to heat up our bodies without even moving. So start to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. This style of breathing encourages the body to warm up. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. Feeling the legs start to engage a little deeper. Tucking through the tailbone, squeezing your core muscles in. Not just squeezing them in, but up and into your rib cage as we continue to breathe. Breathing in. Breathing out. Awesome. Let yourself really ground into your feet and extend through the crown of your head. And that's super important with this pose. We want that equal and opposite movement. Letting ourselves stay connected with the breath, in through the nose and out through the nose. Good. Let's start to reach our arms up to the sky. And then exhale, take our hands to heart center as we take this time to set an intention for our practice. So our intention can be something very simple. It could be having some greater concentration on a specific topic. It can be something that you'd look to achieve in the remainder of this year. It can be something that we'd like to do in our entire lifetime. And as we take this intention, allow yourself to close your eyes and visualize what it looks like as if this intention is already a part of your life. Awesome. Take a deep breath of this intention. And on your exhale, send it out into the universe. As we slowly drop our hands back down by our sides, coming back into our Tadasana. Now allowing ourselves to start to increase our heart rate, increase our body temperature as we breathe in through our nose and out through our nose as we start to move. The breath is what keeps these poses connected. So on your inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky, and exhale, bring the hands back to heart center. Good. Inhale, reach it back up, take a slight back bend. And exhale, reach down for your toes. Keep a slight bend in your knees to protect your low back. Good. Inhale, shift your weight forward into top of a push-up. And exhale, refold. From here, let's allow ourselves to plant our hands and walk our feet back into top of a push-up. Yogi, top of a push-up, or plank pose. Allowing ourselves to press the ground away from us, lift up through our shoulder blades, tuck through our tailbone, zip our core muscles in. Super important to keep ourselves nice and stable here. Not just letting our arms do the work. Let's come back into our breath, breathing in through our nose and out through our nose. Awesome. Engage through our legs a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Feel this. Open up through the shoulder blades. Press the floor away. You got it. Let's take one more breath. In through the nose and out through the nose to keep the heat inside of our body. Let's drop down onto our knees. We may need to walk our hands slightly back to create a box shape, a square shape with our body, moving through a few sets of cat and cow. Your knees can be hip distance apart or together, whatever feels better for you today. Drop the belly, extend the tailbone up towards the sky, crown of your head extending towards the ceiling. See if you can bring your hips towards your shoulder blades a little bit more. Keep your arms straight. Unless you have a hyperextension, then keep a slight bend in your elbows. And then allow yourself to curve through your spine. Squeeze the stomach muscles in. Curve through this, pressing the hips towards your elbows. Allow your heart to reach towards your hips. Lift up through the hands and open through the shoulder blades. Let your head relax. Good. Again, drop the belly, cow pose, shoulder blades pinch towards one another, crown of your head extend up towards the sky. And exhale, curve your spine, squeeze the stomach muscles in, cat pose, like an angry cat on Halloween. Good. Drop through this one more time, cow pose and cat pose. Beautiful. Come back through neutral. Allow yourself to tuck your toes if you weren't already, and lift your knees up 2 inches or so. Engage through your core muscles, engage through your arms. Step your right foot back and left foot back. Plank pose or yogi plank. Pressing the ground away, press the heels towards the ground. Inhale, press the heels forward. Good. Exhale, press the heels back. Beautiful. Inhale, press the heels forward. Exhale, press back. One more time like this. You got it. Press forward. Drop the knees down. Allow yourself to bend into your elbows. Squeeze the elbows close to your sides and lower slowly all the way down onto your stomach, coming into baby cobra. Palms are lifting, back muscles engaging, pressing into the tops of your feet. Good. Press into your palms now. Lift up halfway, teenage cobra. Beautiful. Reaching through the crown of the head, lift up slightly more for our king cobra. Let's pause here as we take a deep breath in. Long exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Look over your right shoulder and left shoulder. Come back through neutral. Lead with the hips. Sit back into child's pose. Remembering, child's pose is always available to us. So anytime that we need to just take a breather, we need to connect with our breath again, find your way here. Awesome. Let's slowly find our way into downward facing dog as we tuck our toes and press back. Allow the heels to stay wherever they meet. Maybe it's the ground, maybe it's super high away from the ground. Either option is fine for your body. And gently allow yourself to shift forward into top of a push-up, acknowledging that this is the base for our downward facing dog. So from here, press back again. Let your heels melt towards the ground, extend through the tailbone. Let's come up onto our tippy toes and take a slow walk up to the front of our mats. Good, let's grab opposite elbows, let the upper body hang heavy. Rock into this, left and right. Drop the arms down towards the ground, take a little bend in your knees, and a slow roll up to stand. Awesome. Take a moment here to allow yourself to roll the shoulders up to the ears and down your back. Awesome. Gently extend your arms up towards the sky, and then take your hands to heart center. Reach it back up, take a slight back bend, open through your heart, and then exhale as we refold. Inhale, come to a flat back, chest extends forward, and then exhale, refold. Plant your palms, press the floor away, and step back, top of a push-up. Inhale, press the heels forward, chest forward. Exhale, press the heels back. Good. Inhale, press the chest forward, hips forward. Exhale, press back. One more time, press forward, drop down onto your knees. This time, let's hold our elbows at a 90-degree angle or above a 90-degree angle. Doing some math here. As we bend through our elbows, now we're above that 90-degree angle, and this may be where we stay. This is hard. You can come down into that 90-degree angle and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, all the way down onto your hips. Palms lift, baby cobra, teenage cobra, and king cobra. Good. Gently press back through child's pose as we come into our downward facing dog. Ground through your hands, reach through this, plant through your fingertips. Come up onto your tippy toes, bend your knees, look forward. Step to the front of your mat. If floating is available to you, you're always welcome to substitute that. Inhale, reach your chest forward to a flat back. Our weight is distributing into our toes. The back of our legs may be screaming, so if that's the case, take a little bend in your knees. We want that spine to be nice and straight, extending the weight forward as we exhale and refold. Good. Inhale, let's reach our arms up towards the sky, dropping the shoulders down our back, hands moving to heart center. Reach back up, slight back bend here, lifting through the chest. Exhale to refold. Good. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, slight bend in your knees, step only left foot back. Right knee stays right above your ankle. Breathe through this as we come into high lunge. Reach your arms up towards the sky. You may need to heel toe that right foot open a little bit wider. Drop the shoulders down the back, slight internal rotation in your arms. Good. Take a deep breath in as we tuck through the tailbone. Think about Tadasana. Tadasana translates into plenty of the other poses that we work on normally. So let's take one more breath. And exhale, take the hands down, frame the front foot. With control, step right foot back. Hold it. Take a deep breath in, engage through your core, press forward. Okay, your option is to take the previous variation that we just took or come through a chaturanga, 90 degrees with your arms or above. Inhale to upward facing dog, opening through our chest and heart. And then exhale, pressing back to our downward facing dog. Good. Ground through this, take a deep breath in. Long exhale. Inhale up onto our toes, bend our knees, step or float to the front of our mats. Inhale to our flat back. Exhale as we refold. This time, let's come right into our back bend. So reach our arms up to the sky, right into your back bend, and refold. Inhale, half lift. Slight bend in your knees, stepping just the right foot back, preparing for high lunge. You may need to heel toe that left foot open a little bit so we're not walking on a tightrope. And reach our arms up towards the sky when we're ready. Good. Drop the shoulders down the back, engage through our core muscles. Lengthen through the fingertips, take a deep breath in. Long exhale, make sure that front knee stays above the ankle. Awesome. Let's take one more breath. As we take our hands down, framing the front foot, coming through our version of a chaturanga. Again, that may mean staying in top of a push-up, taking that first variation, or coming into the full movement. Inhale to upward facing, knees are lifted in upward facing dog versus that king cobra we did when we lowered our knees down. Let's press back into downward facing dog as we ground through our hands, engage through our core. Take a deep breath in. Long exhale. Awesome. Inhale up onto our toes, bend our knees, step or float. Half lift, refold. Awkward chair pose. Sink into your hips, extend your heart towards the sky. Hips are pressing towards the back of your mat, okay? Engage through your core muscles. Squeeze the stomach in and up. Awesome. Reach through your fingertips. Drop the shoulders down for that slight internal rotation. You got it. Let's breathe through this. Inhale. Challenge yourself. Sink into this pose. Continue to breathe. Last one. And fold. Inhale, straight spine. Exhale, plant your palms, bend your knees, step or float back through your version of a chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or king cobra. And exhale, press it back to downward facing dog. Good. Inhale up onto our toes, bend our knees, step or float to the front of our mats. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, refold. Awkward chair pose with a twist. Reach your arms up, take hands to heart center, twisting to the right to start. Left elbow connects maybe with the outside of the right knee. Press through the palms. Work the hands towards heart center. Come back through neutral. Let's switch. Twisting to the left now. Maybe we can allow ourselves to press into the palms, open through the heart. Let our hands move towards heart center. Awesome. Come back through neutral and fold. Good. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky and take your hands to heart center. Allow yourself to ground through your feet and connect with the heartbeat. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Pause. Slowly release. Take a deep breath in. Pause. And slowly release. One more time, take a deep breath in. Pause. And slowly release. Awesome. Gently allow yourself to flutter your eyes open, acknowledging that we can control our heartbeat. Let's take a deep breath as we reach our arms up to the sky. And long exhale as we fold. Good. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant our palms, bend our knees. Step back to top of a push-up or float. Hold here and allow yourself to press the ground away. Control the movement and also the breath. I'm sure that many of us have been told once or twice in our life, just breathe, everything will be fine. Just breathe, right? And although that's great advice, right? They are giving you the right advice. It's not complete advice. So let's take a deep breath in as we allow ourselves to pause at the top of our breath. And exhale as we slowly come through our version of a chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing or whatever back bend you chose to take. And exhale. Press back to downward facing dog. Awesome. Let's inhale our right leg up to the sky. Take our right knee into our chest. Step it through our hands and open up to our warrior two. Letting ourselves squeeze through our heels, reach through the fingertips, and allow ourselves to ground through our feet, reaching up through the crown of our head. Coming back into our breath, right? So letting ourselves breathe in, pause, and slowly breathe out, controlling the heartbeat. Letting ourselves acknowledge what's happening to our body, but focus only on the breath. This is the key to yoga, and the key to so many different things outside of our practice and mat. The breath, the connection of the breath and the body. Let's flip our front palm, reach forward and reach back behind us. Slowly bring the hands down to frame the front foot. Lift the left heel. Step back through your version of a chaturanga, 3-leg, or feel free to skip it. Inhale, upward facing, and exhale. Let's press back to downward facing dog as we switch sides. So let's allow ourselves to ground through this, pressing our weight into our right foot, lift left leg up. Pull it in, step it through. Warrior 2 on this side, tucking through the tailbone, adjusting ourselves in the same way we just did on the other side. Continue to connect with your breath. Even if one side feels different than the other, acknowledge it and let it go. Even if your mind is wandering, acknowledge it and let it go. Let yourself be connected to this present moment, the sensations of our body, but allowing our breath to be the tool that releases any sensation or pain or discomfort that doesn't serve us. Let's take one more breath together as we exhale and release together. Flipping our front palm, reversing behind us as we take the hands down, framing the front foot. Lifting the back heel, pressing the floor away, stepping back for the same chaturanga you just took on the right side. And we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Dropping down onto our knees, sitting back onto our heels for child's pose. Let's gently allow our hands to walk back to our knees. Sitting up onto our knees and coming into a camel pose. This is an opportunity to grab your bolster or blanket and place it on top of your heels for some extra space to reach back. But if you don't need that, that's okay. We'll save it for later. So, a couple options. We can start with our hands at our hips, which is a great place to be. Pressing our hips forward, opening through our heart and chest, letting our head fall back. Maybe our hands can reach to our heels, if that feels accessible. And slowly bring the hands back to our low back and gently sit back onto our heels. Back bends naturally start to energize our body. So it also helps with concentration. If we're tired, we'll notice that we naturally try to open up through our heart, right? So keep that in the back of your mind as maybe finals week is coming up and you're studying or you're sitting at a desk a lot more. Sit up, open up through your chest, take a few back bends to create some extra concentration and energy. From here, let's gently extend our legs out in front of us, scooting ourselves to the middle of our mat or so, extending our legs out in front of us. Let's extend our arms up towards the sky and fold forward, letting the heart extend towards your feet. Gently peel yourself away from your legs, taking our pillow, blanket, or bolster, and putting it long ways, a few inches away from your hips. So we want it to be under our shoulders here as we let our arms open up. Maybe our feet feel better opening or bending through the knees, letting the soles of the feet come together. Maybe our hands feel better at our stomach. Whatever works for you. And focus on letting your head fall back and close your eyes. Focusing on the breath again as we take a deep inhale. Pausing. And release. Doing that again with focus on the heartbeat. Take a deep breath in. Pause. Noticing the heart start to slow down. And then let's take an extra long exhale. Awesome. And gently from here, allow yourself to keep that style of breathing in the back of your mind. Anytime when the body or the heart gets overwhelmed, connect with the breath. Take an inhale, pause, and a long exhale. Let's slowly start to lift our upper body up, removing the bolster. You can place it by your legs. We can use it in Shavasana later in our practice. As we bring our knees into our chest, rock through our hips, left and right. And gently let your arms fall out to a T. Let the knees fall to the left side as we look towards the right. There's a lot of different variations for this pose. You can cross the legs, you can let the right knee come above the left. Everyone feels this pose a little different, and this is one of my favorites. Let's slowly switch sides. And whatever we did on the left side, let's make sure we balance it out on the right. Good, let's slowly come back through neutral. Uncross our legs and lower the soles of the feet down. Hands by your sides and lift your hips up towards the sky for bridge pose. You may want to interlace your fingers and lift the hips a little higher. And slowly, let's lower our hips down and rock our knees left and right a few times, decompressing into our low back. Slowly come back through neutral. Let the soles of your feet come together as your knees open wide, taking your hands to your hips, to your heart, or wherever feels best. As we close our eyes, focus on counting to 5 for an inhale, pausing for 5, and exhaling for 7. Inhale for 5, pause for 5, and exhale for 7. Let's do the same thing, but let's also relax the face as we breathe in for 5, pause for 5, and let the shoulders start to relax on your exhale for 7. Inhale for 5. Relaxing the heart, pausing. Exhale for 7, relaxing down to the hips. Inhale for 5. Relaxing through the legs as we start to extend the legs long. Pausing. And exhale, let the arms fall by your sides. Taking this time to acknowledge any movements that your body may need. Maybe the bolster underneath your knees, my personal favorite. Maybe adjusting your arms, maybe rocking your head, and letting the body fully relax. Acknowledging how we feel at this moment right now. Noticing that the thoughts have slowed down. They won't completely disappear, but they'll become a little bit more scattered. Letting ourselves acknowledge that the body feels a little bit more rested instead of restless. And come back into that breathing. Inhale for 5, pausing for 5, and exhaling for 7. This style of breathing is an awesome way to allow ourselves to connect deeper, to slow down our heartbeat, to allow ourselves to take an aspect of yoga that allows us to feel more connected with our body, our mind, and maybe even further after we leave our practice. Take as long as you need during this Shavasana to allow the body to fully relax, to let the thoughts become more spaced out, letting yourself fully restore. Thank you so much for practicing with me. It was my absolute pleasure to be here. Namaste.